Hello?
Hello, Jughead. This is Archie. Come over right away. It's a matter of life or death.
Oh, relax, Archie.
Attention, all true believers. Marvel Comics is on the air.
A friend of the unfortunate, enemy of criminals. In reality, Dan Garrett, a rookie patrolman, loved by everyone but suspected by none of being the Blue Beetle.
Boys and girls, your attention, please. Presenting a new exciting radio program featuring the thrilling adventures of an amazing and incredible personality.
Faster than an airplane, more powerful than a locomotive, impervious to bullets.
Up in the sky, look!
It's a bird, it's a plane, it's Superman!
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, Happy New Year. Thank you, everybody. Hope you guys are off to a good start. And we got a program here for you tonight. We're celebrating the new year here. So I'm going to be giving away a bunch of things, including maybe some of these that some of you have been asking to taste. So if you're lucky and you want to get in on that action, put in #EXP cookie. But when we come back, we'll tell you who we have and what we got going on today. So don't go away. Hello, everybody. It is January 2nd, the second day into 2025. And I could use the break now. And we're happy to have it after celebrating for a couple of weeks. Hope you guys enjoyed your holiday season as much as we have. Tonight, as our special guest tonight, we have Sarah White, who we haven't seen in a while. She's got a new group going on, and she's got new goals and projects that are going on. We're going to hear all about that from her tonight. We also have Jen Leonard and John Stinsmans are back in the house to participate in the live auction. And like I said, we've got a bunch of giveaways that I'm going to be doing tonight. So if you want to get in on that action, put in #EXP cookie to enter that giveaway. Okay, I see that Stevie B's in the house and Ilya is there. Thank you guys for coming on tonight. Appreciate that. So let's bring out Sarah.
Hello.
Hey, Sarah. How's it going?
I am doing awesome.
All
and
right.
Yeah, Happy New Year, everybody.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And how was that for you? Did you have a big celebration in your area?
You know what we did? We went to a pinball tournament.
Oh, wow.
And I don't want to brag, but I got dead last. I did the absolute worst of anybody who was there.
Oh, no.
What kind of pinballs are we talking about?
Yeah, just it's like this is literally some guy's house, and we go there, and he's got like 50-something pinball machines, and I remember. Okay, so my favorite one is the Godzilla pinball, the Godzilla machine, and then there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles machine. There's a Deadpool machine. There's X-Files. There's Johnny Mnemonic. There's this taxi one that I really hate. Like, that one was the worst, and I think everybody there hated it, but.
Wow.
Yeah, oh man, it's really cool. There's so many different ones, and now I'm like, pinball as a game, I like playing, it's fun, but I could take it or leave it, right? But now I want to make a pinball machine. Like the inner workings of it is really fascinating to me, and I want to know how that happens. Like I want to figure that out.
Yeah, there are actually quite a few guys that are into that pinball collecting and stuff, and they know how to rebuild them and put them together, create the new graphics. Yeah, it is incredible, and they sell for quite a bit of money. So, and that guy has 50 of them. Wow.
Oh my gosh, I'm so I've looked up the prices of those things, and I'm like, holy, how many? thousands of dollars he has in
Yeah.
his basement.
Right.
It's very nice, and like there's a very lovely little community he's got going on in there. Like all the people are super friendly, and his wife is really, she's like really on my case to join the women's league now. So I was like, we'll see, you know. I promised I'd go to next month's tournament, but I was like, I don't want to make a long-term commitment because, you know, I don't know what's going on in a couple of months. But I did tell her I'd go to the January tournament, so I'll be there.
Okay.
And
All
it
right,
is really fun.
For
we're going to
pinball?
bring out our
Yeah.
two other guests. Okay, but before that, I want to address some of the comments here in the chat there. Okay, so we have this much left. Okay, I haven't eaten them all yet. Okay,
What
but I
kind
am
of cookies
working
are
on it.
those?
These are actually chocolate chip oatmeal cookies, so they're a little healthy.
Nice.
They're not super sweet. In fact, they're not very sweet at all. Okay,
Because you
and,
cut the sugar by
I make
half.
it that way.
You
Yeah,
cut the sugar by half, right? You said?
yeah. I cut the sugar in half. Okay, but it's got a lot of chocolate chip in it.
Okay.
So if you like that, then you know you might like these. Okay. And let's see, what's the other thing I wanted to address here is as far as like you'll not believe this, but as far as like all the packages go, as of this morning, I am all caught up, Ilya. Everything has gone out, okay, except for one package, an international package to Mr. Stevie V. Okay. I got to talk to him about that. Okay. Dude's got to pay shipping first, you know, before I send that out. So we'll, you know, I'll get to him. Okay. So that is the last thing I need to ship out. Okay. But other than that, I'm all caught up. Okay. EB, expect a big package coming your way. Okay. You had a lot of stuff there. All right. All right. So let's bring out Jen Leonard.
Hey.
What are you doing today?
Doing good. How about you?
Good, good. Oh, is that another Supergirl?
This is Miss Martian.
Oh, that's right. You're going to work on a Miss Martian. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that another 11 by 17?
This is 11 by 14.
11 by 14. And when are we starting that out at?
I'll start at 90, and I am going to add some splashes of color on her.
She's going to splash some color on there, guys. Our opening bid is 90. So if you want to place a bid on that, do that. So in the comments, did you have to mortgage the house for postage?
International, you might. Prices are getting crazy, aren't they?
They are. Okay, they are. Okay. But okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay. If I shipped everything priority, yeah, might have busted the bank. Okay. But thank goodness they have that new option, ground advantage. It's gonna take a couple more days to get to you. Okay, but if you've received packages from me before, you know that I pack them well. Okay, and they're pretty. I tested out. I've been shipping stuff out for like over 40 years. So I've got a good amount of experience. So you know that if my packages are still going to get there in like 5 days or 6 days, you're still going to get a well put together package that's not going to be as damaged or that can absorb the tragedy that some of these packages go through to get to you. Okay, but yeah, they should be good, right? Nothing is flimsy. Everything's pretty stiff. That's how we like it, stiff and hard, right? Okay, moving on. You got a big smile on Sarah. All right, we have John Stidsman. Hey, Mr. Cover Artist. We can't hear you. Okay. He's got to reboot. We'll get back to him. And Mog, what are you working on?
I want to draw crypto.
Crypto. You drew crypto last week.
I did it. It was scrappy. Was it scrappy or it was a cat.
Even if you did,
Streaky.
Oh, that's right. You drew.
I never drew crypto.
You drew the super cat. What was the cat? I forgot his name already.
Streaky.
Streaky, yeah. Okay. All right. So now you draw Streaky with Superboy. So now what are you gonna do? You're gonna do
I don't know,
Crypto
I'm
with
gonna do
Supergirl.
Crypto. I might add option.
Okay.
But anyway, Sarah was saying something. Even if you do what?
Yeah, even if you did draw crypto last week, there's not such a thing as too many crypto drawings.
Yeah.
So draw crypto again.
Okay. I got to.
All right. And what are we starting this at? We're gonna start this one at 50 again.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. Okay. John, good to have you back.
Hello. You know, I had such a
Hello.
great joke lined up, but now it's too late. The callback is too far.
Oh man.
That's all right. It's this damn iPad, whatever it is, it does to me. But I'm doing good.
Good. Good to see you in good health. How was it the holiday season for you? Since last week, anyway.
It was fine. Yeah, had a nice time. You know, dinner with the family and stuff like that, and
Fantastic.
As good as I could hope for, I guess. You know?
All right. And what are you going to be working on tonight?
Tonight I'll be drawing a Wolverine.
Ooh.
Wolverine.
I want to do something different. That's not a female character because I feel like I'm going to forget how to draw guys if I don't draw them again soon. So I got started already a little bit here.
Okay. All right. Is he going to have
as it progresses? Yeah.
All right. Is he going to have America's butt?
He'll have no butt. You'll have to imagine your own butt, or you can draw your own butt right on it if you buy it.
Oh, okay.
You never know what you could do with the butt of Wolverine if you purchase the drawing. Limitless.
Hey, Mog, did you see this comment from Stevie B? He writes, "Crypto with the hydrant of solitude."
There you go. Made out of crystal.
Yeah. It might be a bit yellow on one side.
It could be. Don't eat that part. Don't eat that part.
That's a really good one. I'll do that. Thank you. You actually gave me an amazing idea. I love it.
All right. So, Sarah, what's on your agenda for this year?
This year I got a lot of plans. I actually have everybody here I'm sure can sympathize with this. I've got more ideas than I have money to execute them.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I just had unlimited funds, but I have. So I like we can just get the kind of sad news out of the way. I used to be with Laguna Studios and I have now left. We parted ways because I just want to go in a different direction. So things.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and it's fine. And now I've started my own thing, and it's called Definite Article. And we're making comic books for now because I was already doing that. But I'm gonna expand into some other stuff. Animation is the big hope right at the moment. So not sure what we're gonna be animating yet, besides like little short things. But I'm pretty excited to see what happens there. And then I'm just going to probably use that as my YouTube channel to start doing videos of my own stuff. Okay. If I can muster up the courage to do any video editing.
Oh, God.
That is a time-consuming job.
It's easily the most daunting part about doing YouTube style, like long-form videos, is you have to edit.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to do it.
Oh, God.
I spend so much time doing what I'm doing now. There's no way I'd have time to do that. Yeah, but I know it would be very helpful, but there just isn't. Right. So, have you put together a team already that's going to be helping you on these projects?
Well, actually, I already ran a Kickstarter for a comic. Todd Vecino from Power Broker came along with me. And and we ran Power Broker number 5 back in November, and that actually will be I just on the learning curve with Backer Kit to open up the Backer Kit store. That's not done yet, but it's gonna hopefully be done like next week, so that everybody can still go in and order even though the Kickstarter's over. But I am gearing up to get that whole Kickstarter fulfilled, and then after that, I've got my own titles to work on too. So, Granica obviously came with me because that's mine, and Noctiluca is mine.
Okay, I've heard different things about Backer Kit. Do you have any issues with them, or what seems to be the problem that people don't like about it? Do you know?
Well, the obvious thing is that it's expensive. It is expensive to use. I'm using it because it's the pledge manager that's most familiar to me.
Mhm.
I don't find it to be. It's not as user friendly as it could be, but I feel like the team there is trying their best to make it more user friendly. What else? That's really the big one. It's like it is expensive, and it's but like their launch feature where you can send notifications of your new Kickstarter campaigns out to your entire mailing list easily. That's pretty nice, and it saves everybody's orders when they order from you. That's pretty nice.
So this is more of a support program to Kickstarter.
It is, but they also actually have their own campaign side now too. Like you can run a crowdfunding campaign on there too.
Oh yeah, okay. I think they announced that a while back, right?
That's been a couple years now, I think.
Right. Yeah. So but everybody's still going through Kickstarter. Why are they not jumping on that? And
in the beginning, it was.
Use it.
Yeah. In the beginning, it was definitely because people just didn't know the name Backer Kit and they didn't trust Backer Kit because it was new, which is fair. Everybody feels that way, right? Honestly, I ran a campaign on Backer Kit and it was nicer in a lot of ways than Kickstarter. Like they have a lot of really cool features. Like you can do live streams. And you can put that right on your page, right on your campaign page. So all you got to do is connect it with the YouTube video key. So it's really easy to do. And what else? Oh, you can interact with your backers. You can interact with your fans. With like, there's a whole community tab. You can ask questions, run polls, answer questions that your backers may have. Like that's really nice. Excuse me.
Okay.
You can add tiers. Like if your backer tiers, you can make one of them the featured tier. Like so, whatever your main tier is, your main cover is your in physical form is going to probably be most people's main tier for comics. So you can put that as a featured tier, and then it'll show up at the top of the list. So that's the one that people are most likely to want to back. So you can just put it right at the top there.
Oh, okay.
So that's nice. For comics, it's not that great. I don't know why, because I don't know. It's YouTube. Kickstarter has been better and I just don't see any reason why this should be the case. But Kickstarter's still better for comics. Like you have a little more success with comics like Kickstarter. If you're selling merchandise like plushies or pins, Backer Kit all the way. Backer Kit, for some reason, that's where all the merchandise people go to Backer Kit. But a lot of the book people are still at Kickstarter.
Is it because maybe they're just more familiar with that?
Entirely possible, yeah. Like I've been, you got this mindset of I've been buying my indie comics off of Kickstarter this whole time. Why should I change platforms and sign up for a whole new thing or whatever? And maybe people just don't care about that, and they're just like, this is fine. And I ran my campaign on Backer Kit that I did for a comic was part of their Comictopia program, which they're trying to run one of those every year to promote and try to grow interest in the comic, using their platform to fund comic books. So hopefully they can get more popularity, more interest. But in the meantime, I don't know. And they also have kind of, it's an interesting relationship with Kickstarter. If you run a comic on Kickstarter and then you try to take that same comic and run a campaign on Backer Kit, they're not going to just let you do it exactly the same as you did it on Kickstarter. They're going to make you change stuff or else they won't let you run it. And vice versa with Kickstarter. If you run it on Backer Kit and then try to move it to Kickstarter, Kickstarter might say, hey, you can't have the same exact campaign as you just ran on Backer Kit.
Why is it? Why is that?
I have no idea. There is no reason that I can figure out why that matters. Particularly, like, my campaign on Backer Kit was unsuccessful. So, nobody got anything from that campaign. So, why did I have to change anything to move it to Kickstarter? It doesn't make sense.
Huh. Okay.
Maybe if somebody from Kickstarter ever watches this and hears that question, they can reach out and answer it.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting. It's like they want you to work more when we're trying to work smart by not having to change so much.
And they
get
wanted
more
like
use out of it than one.
Yeah, they wanted things like new rewards, like different merchandise or something. And I was like, I don't want to make a whole new set of merchandise to replace the stuff that didn't get successfully funded in the first place. Like, it's still new. Nobody's got this stuff. Why does it matter?
Yeah, or
I have no idea.
Or you didn't sell enough of it.
Yeah, like, it's why can't I do that?
Yeah, interesting.
I'm sure they have their reasons, but I just don't know what they are.
All right, so are you planning? You said you just finished this one. Are you planning to run another one real soon, or when can we expect the next one?
Hoping for March. Hoping to relaunch Noctiluca in March. And I'd love to come hang out with you guys then too.
Okay. Well, tell us more about that. What exactly is that about for?
Noctiluca is about she's a very sexy spy thief, and she likes she just basically like she's a more futuristic version of Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly, I guess. Where if you have a job, her and her team will do it as long as you don't tell her what it, like she's fine with it if it's not legal to do. She's not that she'll do a legal job, but she's fine doing a shady job too, as long as you pay. And she will lie and cheat and steal and seduce to get it done. So
sounds like my type of girl.
Yeah, and it all takes
my girlfriend.
We won't tell her you said that.
It happens. That's all right. She knows already.
Oh, fair enough.
She knows who she is.
You have.
Yeah, I agree. In real life, I actually wouldn't like that person.
Really?
Too ruthless. Yeah, because she said, "You cross any moral boundaries to get it done." But for me, the principle and morals are actually pretty important, as well as the process. The process is more important for me, I think. So I wouldn't really like you as a person. And even John made a joke, right? Oh, that sounds like my ex. So,
I wouldn't. I wouldn't like a person like that. Like if somebody who was willing to do anything to get to get paid. Like that's not my kind of person either. But it's I'm hoping to, as the story progresses, work in the fact that she's as a person, she's a very moral person, and she has boundaries that she won't cross. But a job is a job, so she has to fight those two urges. You know, like she's like, I gotta get paid, but also I've got to protect my crew, my chosen family. I got to protect what I own already. You know, so she's gonna. I'm hoping that she will be a complex character. But yeah, like that's definitely a negative aspect about her, is that as long as she doesn't know, like if she knows that she's stealing candy from babies, she's probably going to have a problem with that job, but which is why she prefers not to know about the job. But yeah, like that is a personality flaw too. Like if you're going to do a job that you know is technically illegal, shouldn't you want to know? If you're going to defraud somebody that is less fortunate than you, or the person that you're defrauding them for. Yeah, so that is definitely a strong personality flaw of hers. But to be fair, she absolutely hates using like corporal violence. She doesn't like using guns. And she'll only hurt, like shoot, if she's using a gun or a knife or whatever, she'll only hurt somebody if they're trying to hurt her or someone she cares about. Like she's not going to kill somebody over a crate of goods or something. She's only gonna that's her last resort, is violence.
Oh, so she's gonna try to minimize the actual harm. That's why she might, in our eyes, like she might be seducing and cheating and stealing, but it's so much better than actually killing you and hurting you.
She doesn't. She absolutely abhors violence. She does not like she doesn't want to hurt anybody. She will hurt somebody if they're trying to hurt her or someone she cares about. Or like, you know, if she saw somebody trying to kidnap a child, she's gonna hurt that person to stop that from happening. You know, stuff like that. But also, she has to set that against the fact that she's literally committing crimes for money. So, and sometimes people are going to get hurt when that happens.
That actually does sound like a very interesting character, because most characters, you know, not the good ones, it's very one-dimensional, but there's like a contrasting points, like almost hypocritical, but that's not a good word, dichotomies and stuff.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Yeah, it's really great to start like that.
Yeah, I've been talking to my co-conspirators on this, thinking, I'm like, I hope, because the first issue, I have this feeling that people are going to very strongly dislike her at the end of this first issue, and I'm like, maybe I need to do something about that, because if people don't like her in the first issue, are they going to buy an issue 2?
Right.
And I was like, she's immediately better in issue 2, I promise. But like, so like, you know, but like I kind of, in writing her, I established her as a very unlikable character. Sexy, but unlikable. She's very pretty. She does very sexy things in issue 1, but she's not a very likable person in issue 1. So I'm like, I hope that nobody thinks that this is the only way she's ever gonna be.
See,
so,
now I gotta check her out. I'm gonna have to get issue number 1. And Mog, JD is calling you out. He's saying, "Oh, sure," says Mog, the secret mafia boss. They all know you now.
and he said that she's chaotic good. Is that are you referring to the character or Mog? Because both, I guess.
I think it's the character when he talked about that more and more.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that description. Yeah, chaotic good.
It's such a really good description. Wow, JD, you did something good. Wow.
And we got $100 on Jen, Miss Martian. Thank you for that, Ilya. And Ilya's also asking you, Mog, is Crypto fluffy or smooth hair?
I'm trying to do the classic.
Kind of smooth.
Because the classic one is more like a Labrador, like a weird Labrador type of mix, right?
Well, the classic one, they don't really show him as hairy.
But so it's not the version that we saw in the most recent Superman trailer.
Yeah, it's not.
But
it's
I'm thinking maybe I will. I don't know, Ilya.
We all get to find out together.
You can tell her how you want it. Do you want them fluffy or smooth? Somehow
I just want him
doesn't
peeing.
sound right.
As long as it's peeing right, I'm okay.
I don't know about that one. All right, let's go around the room and see what you guys got before we go to this first break. Starting with Jen.
Wow.
Miss Martian has always got a bid of $100, so we are looking for the next bid of 105. That'll get you to take that home if you are lucky enough to get the high bid by the end of the show. Let's go to John.
Jen, Ilya did say that he loves your work. So
thank you.
It's awesome.
JD writes, I prefer fluffy peanut butter. Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll try to make
that.
That's amazing.
You kind of see where it's going, I think.
You see where he's going with that? Okay, he's looking for a bid of $90 on that if you want to
take
that home.
I am.
I wish I was cut up like that.
No.
You're so fast, John.
Is that what you're asking for?
65, the usual 65.
65, okay.
That's this usual starting bid?
I am corrected. Okay.
Although maybe is inflation? Is that what we're doing? Are we jacking up all our prices for the new show? The new year? No?
That's up to you.
Oh, okay. I have to
and here is Crypto. I don't know, from here it's kind of looking like a wolf.
Yeah. I'm doing the basic bone structure and then cosmetics hairs.
Looks good to me. I couldn't draw a dog any better than that damn dog. That dog looks great.
It does look great.
It looks awesome.
So
definitely looks canine to me.
Crypto, or are you going to throw anybody else in there?
I'll think about it.
Okay, she'll think about it. So
there are other comic book dogs that you could add to a comic comic book dog
Cosmo
collection. Yeah.
That's a good idea.
There is
Might take you longer than
let's do
just
that.
one show, but it could be fun.
It could be. You could throw in Scooby Doo in there.
Oh yeah, Scooby Doo.
You could throw in Een or Ein from Cowboy Bebop.
Ein might be my favorite dog. Yeah.
Dino Mutt.
Dino Mutt's cool.
I haven't seen him in a long time. Even what's that? Is it Wonder Dog or Super Dog?
Underdog?
Underdog. Yeah, Underdog.
Yeah.
From where?
Underdog. Yeah.
That was no. It's an independent cartoon.
It's a cartoon, like it was on Saturday morning cartoons back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah, back in the day. We're going back to the 60s back in the day.
Huckleberry Hound if you're going to go back in time.
There you go.
True, that's fair. And obviously like Snoopy and Odie.
Yeah, and Snoopy. Yep. And
But I guess
Odie.
if you're going straight up like technically only comic book dogs, Snoopy might count because he's a comic strip dog, and Odie would count. But not all of them. I don't know which ones have their own comics or are on comics. Lassie's live action. Ilya says Lassie. Lassie's live action, but
that was a comic.
But I do. Lassie was a comic.
Yeah.
What? Okay, I gotta go find Lassie comic.
Or forget that old company that did a lot of almost like live action kind of stuff.
My God, Lassie was a comic.
From, Tarzan and Kurok.
Before the TV show?
It was a TV show. Yeah. It was a very touching TV show that the whole America loved. That was America's dog, Lassie.
No, the comic. You think the comic book?
It's the same kind of dog. I'm pretty sure the comic book and the show were the same dog.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. They had, do you know how many Lassies they had for the show?
Oh my God, dozens. There had to be at least 20 Lassies over the years.
Something like there was I read there was mainly 5 or 6 that played the role consistently, and they had different dogs play different things depending on what they wanted, what they wanted in the scene. Yeah, and that's where the additional dogs would come in.
See, dude, I was getting worried that you were talking about they had hundreds of Lassies because they were losing 3 Lassies a show.
Really?
You know what I mean?
I hope not.
We need
it wasn't a long running series. I think they only had 2 or 3 seasons or something like that.
There was a movie, a Lassie movie from the 90s too.
Yeah.
And that is a piece of crap movie, and I love it. I love it. So it's such a bad movie, but I love it. And it had the Allman Brothers Band as the song. So how can you be mad at that? I can't remember the name of the song. I remember the song itself, but it's that one that doesn't have any words, and they just. But
the dog most commonly that most everybody had during the 60s and early 70s was
a collie.
That's what I grew up with, and it was actually the same family who raised every single Lassie we have seen on TV and movies.
Wow.
And they're all played by male dogs.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's right. They did come from your neck of the woods.
Yep. We had a collie. Her name was Misty.
I didn't have an actual collie, but I did have a Sheltie.
We had a Sheltie too.
A miniature Lassie.
Yep.
And he was the biggest scaredy cat of a dog I've ever had and never ever met in my whole life. He was afraid of everything except motorcycles. If he had the house between him and the road and a motorcycle went by, he was the toughest dog in the world. But if I opened the door, he would crap his pants and then run away. His metaphorical pants. I didn't dress my dog up.
My dad actually had a Sheltie, and he would take it on his motorcycle with him, had goggles for it and everything.
Wow.
Nice. Oh my God, I bet that was adorable.
Was your collie a good dog like a Lassie, or was he totally not your expected Lassie version?
My dog?
Jin.
Jin's dog.
Ours, we had a female. Her name was Misty, and everybody called her Lassie, so she'd answer to it all the time. But yeah, my parents got her when I was just, I think maybe 3 months old. And we literally grew up together until we were 13s when she passed.
Oh man.
Wow.
Was she a good dog?
Oh yeah, she was the absolute best. After Ryan and I got married, we actually went and got another collie because he'd never had one or been around one before. And the only collie that I could find in this area were the smooth collies. They're the ones that had the really short fur. And he had been a show dog. He was 3 years old when we got him, and the guy that had been raising him, he was getting out of the show business, and he's like, he's too young. He's driving all the older dogs crazy.
Yeah.
So we brought him home, and Ryan was absolutely heartbroken when he passed away a couple of years ago.
Oh,
wow.
They're great dogs.
My
they
friend,
are great dogs.
My friend Katie Rooston has. Katie's been on the show actually, and she's got a smooth collie.
Wow, they look good.
They're pretty dogs. They're very and she's pretty. And she's got her dog in that the training where they run the dogs through cones and stuff. Agility training. Yeah. And she posts videos of it on Facebook sometimes. It's really cool to watch. Very Spot is her dog's name is Spot. He's a very smart dog.
They are hyper intelligent.
Yeah. Well, even my dog, he was a Sheltie, not a collie, but very smart dog. He was very scared but smart. He could learn. He would he learned sit and stay, and he learned potty training really fast. Yeah. So they're very smart and they're eager to please.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. So they didn't run away. My dog ran away all the time.
Oh my gosh. I used to joke that if my dog's name is Lewis, and if he could have crawled up my ass and lived there, he would have. That's how close he always was to me at all times. Like he never left my side.
I love that. Oh, that's so sweet. Oh my gosh.
All right. We're going to take a break right now, and when we come back, I'm going to do one of the giveaways to get started here since we have several of them to do. So if you haven't yet, put in #EXP cookie. And then we'll see who's going to get this giveaway. And if you haven't yet either, don't forget to hit that follow button. Help us increase our followers here on the show. So that way we can continue to bring fun shows like us and Nick Barucci's original art show every Fridays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com.
Mondays suck. Wednesdays ain't so great either. What you need after a hard day is to hang with your pals down at the comic shop. Next best thing, hanging with your friends on Comic Collectibles.
We're back.
We are
looking
back.
at the weather.
It's snowing?
No.
Rex and John and our welcoming community of regulars shop some high-quality comics.
There are only 100 copies in existence,
including one-of-a-kind sketch cover art made just for us.
Action Comics number 18 with Wonder Woman cover sketch. Wow.
Sure, your local comic shop will always be first in your heart, but some days, you just don't want to put on pants. That's when you shop with Comic Collectibles. Mondays at 6, Wednesdays at 7. It's all part of the experience. Ask your local comic shop to add Battle Quest comics to your pull list today.
Welcome back, everyone. Thanks again for joining us on this second day of the new year. Right, so we're going to do one giveaway right now, and this is for a limited edition. If you can catch this, Snow Paw and a werewolf. This was a team up with. God, I want to forget her name already, but yeah. So you get a chance to win this right now. It's a pretty good size. You can see it's about this, almost the size of my hand here. Right. So if we, JD, if we can go ahead and roll for that, then we'll give this first one away. See who our lucky winner is. Ilya, you lucky dog, you get that first giveaway of the night. And we've got some actually pretty good giveaways that we're doing tonight. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for all that. And that will all culminate in these chocolate chip cookies that I made. Go great with my coffee. Mm.
If there's any left.
Mm. Wait till you taste this. Now, I don't know if it'll be good by the time you get to you, whoever wins this, but eat it at your own risk.
We guarantee that Mel will have touched every one of your cookies. That's our personal guarantee to you.
Just in case it's not mandatory, you can opt out if you win the cookie. Say, I don't want it. No offense taken. So.
No, totally not.
And if you want him to lick it, that's extra.
Right. Extra 5.
Oh boy. All right.
So we were talking about. God, I had the best joke ever, but I can't do it because we're PG-13 here.
Yeah, John. Thank you.
Gosh, it had something to do with the money for Mel's licking and why Mog is so broke. I can't. There's something there. I just really.
Hey, Ilya, do you know how old this shirt is? Yeah, the shirts that I get, I try to take care of. So this shirt I've had, this shirt came out back in the 90s, right? And from time to time, whenever I wear it, people will say, "Hey, can I buy that shirt off of you?" Right? And it's pretty well worn, but it's interesting how people still want to get this shirt. I also had other 2 shirts I had that people would ask for was the Divine Right Jim Lee T-shirt, the Wanted Jim Lee T-shirt. But those. Oh, and there was this X-Files T-shirt too that I had that people kept asking for. It kind of had like a Matrix background on it with Scully and Mulder in the front. Cool shirt, but people would ask me to buy those shirts.
That one, is that the one, the Divine Right? I really like the quote, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, let God sort them out.
Shoot them first, and let God sort them out.
Yeah, that was for the Divine Right comic book that they were doing from Jim Lee's studio, which started out good. I wish they had carried on.
Yeah.
Let's see, Stevie B is writing, they won't be ABC cookies, will they, Mel? No. No, Steve, no, they won't. Honestly, they won't. Let's see, Ilya writes, I have my Sandman Mystery Theater shirt. Oh, yeah. And Ilya goes, and a Kaluta. Oh, man. Okay, you got me on that. I love Kaluta. I probably have that same design in a comic poster for the Kaluta Shadow. Okay, that was a beautiful design. I really like that. I'm a big fan of Kaluta for one thing. So, and Mog will tell you that. I loved his run on the King Conan. Yeah. Those covers were just freaking fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I met him.
What's that, Mog?
I met him.
Yeah.
No, before your time now.
Oh, it was it? Okay.
3 melodies.
There's not... I have a co-writer, my friend for Granica. He actually, we met, we became friends because he was wearing a Dig Dug shirt, and I walked right up to him and asked him if I could have it. And that's why we're friends today.
Wow.
That is not uncommon. People will ask you for a shirt that they want, right? a couple of shirts that I haven't even taken out of the bag yet. Like the McFarlane Spider-Man shirt is one. And when I was wearing that before, right, people were asking me to buy that, and it's because that I like the shirt, the design, and everything that I bought a second one and kind of like kept. So that's still in the bag. It's still fresh,
Wow.
saving for.
Think it's worth something?
There's people that
Probably.
and I've gotten offers that were over the retail price of it. Not really too much over. So there is, I guess, a little bit of like collectability because you don't see that kind of stuff anymore right now.
Sure. Wow.
I wish I could, if I could go back and get some of that stuff. Back then, there was some really good stuff back then. Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Same.
Let's see. Jen is peeling her art.
Is what?
Peeling her art?
I put a cover over it so I could splash some white for stars.
Okay.
Oh.
Gotcha.
So, did you know the testimony that you said your best friend? He didn't think it was weird that you asked for his shirt, right? And you guys are good friends to this day now,
No,
right?
I'm pretty sure he thought it was very weird at the time.
Oh.
Because we had no idea. He had no idea who I was. I had no idea who he was, and I'm just walking over up to a stranger and asking for his shirt.
Okay.
But he thought it was funny.
Yeah.
And so we started to talk, and now we're friends today. That was, oh my god, that was at least 10 years ago, probably more.
That's so cool. And you guys were living around the same area? On top of that?
Yeah, I think that he lived up, he lives in California somewhere now, but back in the day, he lived it was a couple hours to drive up to Minnesota to where he is, and at the time I lived in Wisconsin, and it was an annoying drive, but it was it was doable. So we hung out several times, really. I mean, we went up to Minneapolis for we watched SGDQ, and we hung out with him a bunch then. I went up there to play just on my birthday. I went up there to play laser tag because I'd never done it before.
What's a laser
Do you still play laser tag?
I would if there was a place to play laser tag around here. Stupid Iowa.
My son is just getting into airsoft now. He played in his first game this past weekend.
Yeah.
But so I told him, bring your gun over, right? Because I played semi-pro paintball for 2 years, where I was like a co-captain of our team. And I was telling him like how we would get like sponsors, get all this cool stuff. So and I told him to bring his gun over because I could probably take it apart and show him how to take care of it. He brought it over, and I'm looking at it, and then I'm watching this thing on how to maintain it, right? And I go, man, I don't have any of those tools, man. It's totally different from what I was used to. I don't think he was very happy with that. I was just trying to be the dad, and help him out and stuff.
That's where you got wrong. You're trying to be a dad. You
Trying
gotta
to
be a
trying
dad.
so hard, Corn busking in Iowa.
Corn busking?
Yeah, I'm not
Did
sure
you mean
about
corn
that.
husking? I don't know.
Okay.
What
And
is
some of the teas are there on Temu. Really? I'm gonna have to check that out.
seriously, what is laser tag? What do you do?
Laser tag is there's an obstacle course, and you have a little plastic gun with a laser, and then you also wear a vest that has a target on it that the lasers recognize, and they recognize each other, and you have to run around and try and activate everybody else's targets on the opposing team without getting your target activated. I was terrible at that too, but it's so freaking fun.
That's precision.
Yeah, it's very, very fun. But and I fell down a lot too. Like, I'm not very coordinated. But that I haven't done it in a long time, but when I did do it, I was still in my 20s, and like I could fall on my head and just get up and be like, I'm fine. And now, like, if I sleep wrong, my neck hurts for a week, you know?
Yeah, same.
If I fall down, like I'll just shatter like a glass jar. So I can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I used to be able to like twist and turn and do all that because we play out in the open field, right? And there's a lot of like the ground is so unleveled, right? So you're running and you're hoping that you don't get your foot caught in a weird hole or position where you could like hurt your ankle. But yeah, as much as that was, you do kind of pay for it later in your older age, and I am now. Right, Stevie B is writing, Mel, your paintball team, was it named F Troop? Was it? No. But you know what we were called? We were called S&M. Okay, so people would ask us, well, what is that? What exactly does that mean? And we used to tell them, well, you just got to picture that it's like M&Ms with shit on it.
That's kind of lame. Who came up with that name? Was it you?
That was my co-captain. He was trying to be
thank
funny.
God that wasn't you. I would be so embarrassed, man.
Yeah, but hey, at least we were a recognized team back then. So, I'm pretty happy. It's only a flesh wound. That's exactly what they told us as I walked off the field, dropping droplets of blood.
Burying your own head.
Mog, do you see that? Sarah's got a cat in her hands there.
I do.
Oh my God!
Yep. Porch. It's Porch.
Wow, it's very quiet. Very cuddly. Unusual.
Yeah. I think she's mad. I can feel her tail whipping around underneath my arm here. So I think she's mad that I'm holding her weird.
Okay.
That's a pretty thick cat too. She looks like she's got a nice coat.
Oh, well, she's also fat. It's hard to tell. She's a fat cat.
And she doesn't mind you holding her like that?
She's tolerating it. I don't know if I'm gonna be in trouble later. I'm just gonna be suffocated in my sleep or something. I don't know.
The chank is
But
strong and with this
in my defense, she came over here, so she brought this on herself.
She's like, I wanted attention, and you're saying you're going to get it, but you're not gonna like it.
I used to have a cat back for my live stream. He was always up in my business for the whole show, and we used to call him the unofficial third co-host of the show.
Oh, is it the Sheltie? No, right?
No, yeah, it was a little stripy gray cat, and yeah, he's been gone for a couple of years now. He passed away, but he had cancer.
Oh no.
Yeah. It sucks, but I think that the number of cats that you like, I just have so many cats, and just having a cat is good to have. If you have a pet that passes away, you have another pet that you can force cuddle to make you feel better while you're grieving.
That's why you want to have more than one.
Yes, you should always have multiple pets. Mm-hmm. And like they have to be squishy, like that one. Like she's squishy, and you can hold her and like squeeze her, and she maybe that's why she when she walks around, when she just comes up to me and meows at me, it sounds like she's being squished. Like you know how they make that squeeze sound if you squeeze them too hard, and she always sounds like that. And we make jokes about it too. And I was like, maybe it's because I squeezed her too much while I was sad about my other cat passing away.
Janie's right. That's what we call a struggle cuddle.
Exactly. They love the cuddle. They just don't know that they love the cuddle. They don't understand that they love it.
Wow.
It reminds me of Pepe Le Pew, if you know who that is.
Exactly.
And he gets a hold of her, the cat, and just squeezes the daylights out of her.
Exactly.
And she's just trying to escape.
So Pepe Le Pew was so disgusting for me.
I loved him. I loved him so much.
I hated him so much.
Yeah, I don't think that I was a
5 years old.
fan.
Yeah.
I don't think I was a fan either.
Yeah.
I loved him. I
Grossed
thought he
me
was
out.
a total romantic freak.
He was something.
He was, yeah.
That's who you should draw, Mog.
No.
Draw me a Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah.
All right. Let's go around the room and see what we got.
I tried to draw Odie here, but what's another dog again? I'm sorry.
What did you draw down there?
Odie.
Odie and did we say Odie and Snoopy? Those
That
are
doesn't look
comic
like-
strip dogs, but
Okay.
That's
That
cool.
doesn't look like Odie.
Oh, because it's not
it's
clear.
like
but
it's like Odie. I mean, the beginnings of Odie. Like I can't see. It's pretty light right now, but it looks like
Okay.
Odie's shape.
yeah, what she said. Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Trying to think.
All right, we're looking for a bid of $50 on that to open it up if anybody wants to do that. And here we have Miss Martian from Jen. Already has a $100 bid, so we are looking for the next bid of 105. That's on an 11 by 14. And she is going to splash that with some color before she sends it out. That would be a cool thing to do. You could perfume the Pepe Le Pew art.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Oh dear
That's
God.
a good idea.
You know, that's just making me think about how at Christmas I went down to my sister's house for her Christmas party, and her dogs absolutely stunk of skunk.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
I don't even know where they found a skunk in the middle of December because those things hibernate, or at least that's what I thought.
Yeah.
But ugh, they both smelled so bad, and they just kept jumping on me, and they wanted me to pet them, and I was like, no, thank you, go away.
Oh.
It was so bad. It was so
This is
smelly.
in Iowa, right? Your sister lives in Iowa.
My sister still lives in Wisconsin. It's a bit of a jaunt to get there now, but you know, for Christmas.
Also, you drove there, so she can't even shove the dogs outside because it's so cold. That's
Well,
why
the dogs were already outside. They can come in and out of the garage. They got a heated garage, so the dogs can come in. And so they followed us all the way in, and she did keep them out into the garage for the night because there were so many people in there. And thank God, because like I said, they smelled so bad. I don't know where they found a skunk, but they definitely found a skunk, and they had some kind of party with that skunk because
skunk party.
It's
so
the
bad.
only way to go. All right, if you saw that, John Stinsman's Wolverine is still looking for an opening bid of 65. So if you want that, go ahead and put that into the comments.
You're going to
And
love
on
it.
that note, we will be right back after this commercial break.
In a world where you hit like and subscribe on our YouTube channel, that'd be really great. Thanks.
FOC, a comic industry term for the final day a new comic can be ordered by a local comic shop. So, what does that mean to you? Well, it's your last chance to order a new comic book from your local comic shop. Order up! The FOC show will go over every book that's about to be cut off every Friday afternoon.
I'm going to highlight some of the stuff that I think is really worth paying attention to,
so that you can put in an order at your LCS for as many copies or as many variant covers as you want.
Sometimes the store needs to know to up their orders.
Never miss out on a popular comic again. Order up, part of the experience. Whoa. Whoa. Did you miss it? Yeah, they can go by pretty fast. Let's slow down the footage.
Welcome, it's time to skim some comics. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I will just tell you that Miles is very important in his role as a vampire. So.
It's fine. If you like Hercules, read it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The art is still stunning. There's a panel, little spoiler, there's a panel in this where Chitauri first hits Lion-O, and he is the best "did she really just hit me" face I've ever seen put in a comic book.
Wow, live reviews of new comic books so you can be ready for New Comic Book Day. What is this? Oh, I see. It's Minute to Skim It. Part of the experience.
Symphonic Verses. Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Welcome back, everyone, to Sketch Up on this lovely Thursday, January 2nd, just the second day into the new year. We are talking with Sarah White as our special guest tonight, along with Jen Leonard, John Stinsman, and Mog, of course, drawing on the art boards. All right, so we've got, if you haven't yet put in #EXP cookie, then it'll get you qualified for the free giveaways tonight. And we're going to do 2 more right now. Right, so you can get ready for that. The first one we're going to do is a Lorenzo Sperlonga. If you don't know who he is, a very popular artist. And this is a special card that he did for one of his books. Okay, so if we can go ahead and roll for that, JD. And the winner is Philip Bryan. And I just mailed a package to you, Philip. So you'll be getting another one. All right, and the second item we're going to give away in this round is a sketch, not a sketch card, but a card from the Kill Jessica Kill series from David Doob, I believe. And so we're going to give that away too. A very nice card. And that's going to Kenneth Bird. That's kind of weird. I mailed the package out to you today too, Kenneth. So now you'll be getting this beautiful Kill Jessica Kill card. All right, so let's see, where were we? Just switch to my desktop so that I can drop another line. Great turnout last week for the post-Christmas show. Thank you, Steve. I'm glad that you enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And Ilya, thanks again for being. You know, Ilya, you placed a bid $100 on the gins, and then you came back with 125. Are you just trying to make sure that you win that piece?
I think
Hey,
so.
it's your bid, and I'm happy to take it, of course. And let me just write this down. Okay, there we go. So we got 3 of those giveaways to go that we just did, and we're gonna do another 7, 8 more that we're gonna do. Yeah, that's good. And the final one, if you're lucky, is gonna be, if there's any left, these chocolate chip cookies. I'm just hoping I don't eat them all.
I like the way your marker sounds in my mic, Jen.
Yeah.
It sounds like somebody's laughing hysterically in the background.
I like
At least it's not my eraser this time. I actually made sure not to pull that out tonight.
Really? Because I think JD was saying, "Hey, what? I missed the chicken eraser."
I was getting messages about that, Mog, like
Really?
for days after you said that. People still laughing at it.
And now I want to know about the chicken eraser. I missed that show,
Heard
didn't
it in
I?
the background, we couldn't figure out where it was coming from.
Yeah.
Oh.
Until
Well,
Jen
there it
told
is.
us that it was hers.
For some reason, it sounded like a chicken. Yeah.
Probably because I'm drawing on a actual board, and it kind of echoes things, and I don't mean for it to, but it just kind of does.
Yeah.
And Ilya's calling me out here. He's saying Jen sends her packages out faster than Mel. You know what? That is very true. But so what I did after I sent those packages out today, and I knew that I was going to be doing a lot of giveaways tonight, I actually got these ready to ship out. So that way I could just ship them out tomorrow. How is that, dude? Is that fast enough for you? That's right. All the giveaways that we do tonight are going out tomorrow morning. Okay.
Yeah.
All I gotta do is create the labels and they are out of here. That way I'll get caught up with it because I got some other stuff I gotta take care of. So I need to get these out of the way. Taxes are coming up, and that takes up a lot of time for me to work on. Mog doesn't have to worry about it. I'm the numbers guy. Will the cookies come in a decorative tin, Mel? What do you think I am? Betty Crocker? Are you crazy?
You mean a sewing kit box?
They're just gonna get thrown into a Ziploc bag and then thrown into a brown box.
Mel, the latest I send out is on Mondays, so you need to up your game.
Okay, this is not getting funny. Happy New Year to you, Lieutenant. Glad you're gonna come back on the show. And all right, Sarah, what else we got going on?
What else do we got going on?
Who flies?
You know, who was the character that we were talking about? Your girl character, her name?
Yeah, Luca.
Luca?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I said I wouldn't want her as maybe like a friend, but if I was like running an operation or basically if I'm some kind of manager, I would definitely hire her. She's gonna be my number one employee for sure. So.
Yeah, she's very good at stealing things. So, that's her job now. She used to be, so she used to work at some top secret something or another. I don't want to spoil it because it's going to come into the story at some point, but some top secret government operation. And she didn't really know the full scope of the operation. And when she found out about it, she immediately quit. She left. But then she's like, well, I got to do something for money. So she took her skills and applied them to, well, in this case, crime. But yeah, she's extremely good at what she does. So if you need somebody to steal something from somebody else, even if it's in a high security place, that's okay. Just call her. And this whole universe, it takes place in it's Earth is there, it's our universe, it's our solar system.
Okay.
But they travel between the planets. So I don't think, does it matter too much if I tell you what planet they're on in the first book? Because it doesn't really matter that much. It's not that spoilery. They're actually on Venus in the first issue, and then they have to, the person that they're working for is actually on Europa, which is a moon of Saturn or Jupiter. It's Saturn, right? It's Saturn.
Interesting.
And they and so we get to do all kinds of really cool spaceship stuff. The art's gonna be really fun.
Which planet is the most? Is Venus where the richest people live? And it's just I'm thinking.
Earth is gonna still be where the richest people are.
Hey. Okay.
And all it's because it's very expensive to colonize another planet. So obviously Mars, which we know today already, Mars is the most likely candidate for getting colonized by humans. So
within the next 10 years.
Yeah, well, I guess that remains to be seen. I mean, I'm a little bit dubious, but in this universe, Mars is richer than Venus because Venus would realistically, there are scientists out there that are like, yeah, we could do it, but we don't have the technology and we don't have the resources right now, but we totally could do it in theory. So I'm just taking this, in theory, we could do it and turning it into we did do it, but hundreds of years down the road. And it would take hundreds of years to make Venus a habitable planet for humanity anyway. It's by far, like, you'd think that Mercury would be the hottest planet.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's Venus. Venus is the hottest planet because their atmosphere is so cruel.
Oh no.
So it would take a really long time and lots of resources to make Venus habitable for humans. But
So
in this universe, we've done it.
So do people age faster in Venus because of rotation?
Ooh, I haven't thought about that. Would they? It would. They're
They rotate faster.
Yeah, I'm thinking no, because a Venusian year. Well, a Venusian year, you're still going to age at the same rate, I guess, but it would matter if the environment, because the environment, if it's harsher on Venus, then the people that live on Venus are probably going to have a shorter lifespan than the people that live on our home planet of Earth.
And
But
Mars is longer for a year rotation, so I wonder if
Yeah.
they can extend the.
And actually, a Venusian year is actually almost as long as a Venusian day. So if we do, because of, like humans have their circadian rhythm and it's really important to your health, we'd have to artificially make sunrises and sunsets. And I did figure that part out. Like, that's in the book. That's in the story. So you're going to learn what.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You're going to learn about. It's going to be referenced. I guess I'm not going to go into depth about that until if we get to a trade volume that I get to go nerdy on you with it, like in the story, and explain some of this stuff for extra content.
Yeah.
Then I'll explain why and what I'm talking about. But it'll be referenced in the second issue about how we make sunrises and sunsets on Venus.
I would love to know all that stuff. I love that thing.
I'll send you a link. I have a link to a video that you should watch because that's where I got like 85% of my ideas.
Wow. I mean, are you?
But you have only one issue out right now, right?
I have actually 0 issues out right now. We had a hiccup on the Kickstarter last time, and it did not, and it ended up not. Excuse me, it ended up not happening. So I'm gonna just relaunch it in March.
So do you need someone to, maybe read the story and just kind of give you a second opinion?
I mean, I could always use an extra set of eyeballs on it.
Because now I'm just curious. To read more on this. Any way you can show an art piece of what this hot girl looks like?
I suppose there is. Hang on.
Got all our interest in here already.
Yeah. For me, it's the world building, but yeah.
Yeah, I can certainly show you one of the covers.
Oh, okay. Please do.
I'll go with one of the tame covers.
I can't even read that, Stevie B.
He drunk again, Stevie B.
There's too many apostrophes in there.
Do you have like a sci-fi helper who is kind of like helping you with the semantics of the world and all that, and idea generation? Or
I currently have an engineer. Actually, the Dig Dug shirt guy.
Yeah,
he's an engineer, and he's helping me with the how spaceships would work and stuff. He's helping me with that part of it.
I love
and I'm a slight bit of a science nerd and astronomy nerd, so I know a lot about I know a lot of facts about the planets already. So I've just been researching to find things that I didn't already know.
Nice.
Excuse me. But
when you talk about space, that can open up a lot of topics there. I wrote it in Martian. Yeah, I know you did. I still couldn't read it.
I was like, me and Mel were talking. We were just looking at this stand-up comedy, and somebody said like Jupiter has a ring, and then it got me thinking. Me and Mel were thinking like if I wonder if actual planets, if we ever colonize, planets with rings are not the ideal ones, probably, right? You kind of want like Earth, Mars, or Venus that doesn't have a ring. I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the rings present problems for like spaceships and stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the argument could be made that you don't want to use the ones with rings. But in my story, we are going to we're not going to Saturn itself, but we are going to one of the moons of Saturn. So there's that.
Yeah. But I'm guessing it's super cold.
Oh yeah, it would be super cold. There are a couple of moons of, I think at least one moon of Saturn and a couple of moons of Jupiter that scientists believe would actually be something that we could potentially colonize at some point in the future. So that's, so that's kind of interesting.
Well, how about the theory about our moon, that it may not be a real moon that we think it is?
I haven't heard that one. It's not a real moon, like how?
We watch a lot of Ancient Aliens, so there's all their theories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, it might be hollow. It's artificial.
Is it? Maybe it's made of cheese. We don't know.
That could be it.
Well,
mystery solved.
One of the things that happened is that there was this asteroid that collided onto the moon. And they were listening to the sound it made, and it sounded like a bell, like it was hollow and it rung like a bell. So, and that's not typical, because that's not the kind of sound that an asteroid would make collision into another kind of like solid mass body. So it's raised up a lot of questions, like how is that possible? Well, one is that it's got to be hollow in order to make that noise, and if it's hollow, then all their theories about what the moon is or how it was made is just going to fall apart. It won't. It doesn't fit the theories. So they're thinking that it might be artificially made. And the other fact is that the moon has a perfect elliptical orbit around the planet, which other moons don't have, and it's counter to the Earth, whereas with other moons it's not. So things like that just kind of make it weird and stand out.
I guess I don't put enough thought into it to wonder if our moon is a real moon. Because it's interesting to think about, though. It's certainly an interesting philosophical question, isn't it? Like, is it really a moon?
Yeah, there's all that theories, because if you watch like Ancient Aliens, like what we do, there's a lot of questions that come out, and it just gets you thinking about it. Okay, maybe they're onto something. I don't know.
But theories are great for imagination too. It's an exercise of imagination. What you can
that's what I'm thinking. Is like, it'd be really just question it just for the sake of challenging your own mind.
Exactly.
And making your brain start to form connections and build stories otherwise want to do.
So, this is a totally dumb question, because I don't know anything about much about astronomy. You know how the Earth is tilted, right? And Mel just said the moon is tilted now? No, the moon doesn't tilt, right?
The moon is at the elliptical orbit?
Yeah, right? So does it mean, like, all the other planets, are they also kind of tilted?
No. Nope. What was the other one?
I think
one.
Isn't Uranus like totally 90 degrees from the way the other ones are?
It's demolished.
It had to be Uranus, didn't it? If we're going to talk about planets, we might as well talk about the one with the dirty name.
I think the factors are going to be is like how it orbits around the sun.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be a factor on your how your axes are, right?
Yeah.
And to tell you whether it's tilted or not, because you're gonna have to establish what the plane is in order to say if it's like tilted or not, or if it's just upright.
Well, I think it has to do with the poles. That's how you can tell it's tilted.
That's exactly what I was talking about. Because
right?
that axis based on the poles will tell you if it's like tilted or not.
Mm-hmm. Like other
Right,
planets are very round, and our planet is a little squished. It's not a complete.
Yes.
It's not perfectly round.
Yeah, and that's why it has a wobble.
Yeah.
I didn't
And
know
the
that.
poles change for every so often. Yeah.
Several hundred years, right?
Yeah.
It's a long time.
Yeah.
I remember about the global wobble because of that Jon Stewart clip where the one of the congressmen says that you aren't taking global wobble into account with climate change, and he's like, but it happens so slowly that it doesn't matter on the scale of 100 years because the global wobble is very, very slow. So yes, it does have an effect on the climate, but it's over the course of many hundreds of years, and their climate change models are just for 100 years or less. So it's unimportant in the short term to factor in the global wobble. And you could tell that congressman that pointed it out thought he got that scientist so hard, and it's like, no, you did, because he's a real scientist, not just a guy who watches YouTube all the time. But then, like, of course, it's also Jon Stewart's job to be funny. He's a comedian. He's not a scientist. He's not a politician. His job is to be funny.
Yep.
For sure.
But in Jon Stewart's defense, also, that was a stupid thing for that guy to say. So.
Yeah. Have you guys watched Squid Game?
I have not watched Squid Game yet. That sounds the premise of that show is a little dark for me.
Wait, but why? You don't do like a action?
Yeah, maybe I have the premise wrong, but if you lose the game, don't they kill you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little dark for me.
It is dark.
I actually, I have no idea how this happened, because as a general rule, romance, drama, soap opera type stuff is not really my thing, but somehow I got into Bridgerton, and I actually really like it, and I have no idea how that happened.
You mean the new one?
I'm not caught up to the 3rd season yet, but I'm in the middle of the 2nd season, I believe. And what actually happened was I watched Queen Charlotte. Somebody insisted that I watch Queen Charlotte, so I did, because I think it's only 6 episodes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is actually really good. And then I was like, should I start Bridgerton? Because it's the same universe. Turns out Bridgerton is nothing like Queen Charlotte, but also I was still interested. There was a lot of it that I was rolling my eyes about, because there's so much about love, and I'm just like, come on, be honest, be really, like, yes, love is a thing, but also it's not the way that they're portraying it on there.
Man.
But yeah, like I was like, but it's actually a pretty interesting show, and I like, my thing is nitpicking these things, so I was enjoying nitpicking the stuff that they were saying.
Yeah,
that's what my whole live stream is, just about nitpicking popular culture, so that's what I do on there.
Sometimes that's super fun.
Yeah.
Watch it to nitpick.
Yeah, you guys are always invited to come nitpick stuff on my show with me. Next week, our episode's going to be about Agatha All Along. If you want to nitpick, you can come.
Oh, I didn't watch that yet.
Yeah? Oh, you should. It's really fun.
Yeah, I liked it. I kept telling Margaret that I really liked it, but she didn't want to get into it.
It's really fun. I mean, if it's not your thing, it's not your thing, but I thought it was fun.
Okay.
And at the very first episode, I was watching, and at like halfway through, I'm like, why is the acting so bad? We know that Catherine Hahn is better than this. What is going on? And by the end of the episode, you understand what's going on. So, but I was ready to quit halfway through the first episode, and then I saw what was going on, and yeah, it turns it's really good. There's only one character in there that's not a woman, and not a middle-aged woman too. Like, all of these women that are in there are over 30, and I mean, if you call 30 middle-aged, but like all the actors are middle-aged women or women over 30, except for one who is a teenager, and that's a teenage boy, and that's it.
It kind of felt a little bit like Hocus Pocus to me. I
Yeah?
still enjoyed it though.
I just was hesitant to watch it because Marvel has been just tanking for me so much that I didn't want to bother.
That's very fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, Agatha all along was really well. Like Deadpool and Wolverine was really good too. So like they didn't totally blow it for 2024, but yeah, like some of the stuff that they've been putting out is kind of a flop.
No.
Yeah. The teenager in there is gay and is like openly gay too. So yeah, that's good thing to mention. It's a very non-traditional show, and I don't. No, he's a white guy. Is he a white guy? Yeah, he might. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. But like because you're thinking about all like the standard is white man, and there's no adult white men in there, and just the one kid. I think the actor is from the Isle of Man, or something like that. So but I don't know what his heritage is. I don't know what his genetic heritage is. So he's got really cool hair. I know that. But yeah, I'm doing Agatha all along this coming Monday, and then next Monday, the Monday after that is going to be Deadpool and Wolverine, and then after that, I'm going old school with Avatar: The Last Airbender, the cartoon, and then after that, I'm going to do Arcane because I'm not done with Arcane yet either, and I needed to give myself time because I also have to write a quiz about it because we talk about the show, and then we talk about whatever we're talking about, whatever the topic is. And then the last 10 minutes, we play a quiz, and then the winner, I send a prize to. So
how can these guys find your show?
it's on Agents of Geekdom. So you can watch it Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And it's Agents of Geekdom, and they have YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, those might be the easy ones because, Instagram, Twitter, you have to have a special subscription now, and Instagram's just a pain in the butt, so I don't bother with that. But it's on Agents of Geekdom on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. And there's also a bunch of really good shows. Actually, Fish Lee is always on this show, and he's got a show on there too called 5-Star Fridays, which is, as you might guess, on Friday.
There you go. And another fun guy that we have on the show is Bill Mouse. I think he has a show on Fridays as well.
Oh, yeah. Bill was on a show. I think the first show that I was on with you, I think Bill was on.
Mm-hmm. Another good guy. All right. So he is counting the cookies I've eaten, and he says it's up to 108. There is still some cookies left, I swear.
Mel, if you want to look at that piece of art, I did send it to you over on Facebook.
Okay, I will take a look at that. And all right, let's go around the room, take a look at what everybody has. Boy.
You got a lot of animals going on there now.
Frosty the Snowman.
Okay, well, how did Frosty get in there? How did Frosty and Woodstock get in there? They are not dogs. Neither is Garfield.
Garfield buried in the snow. And what he's doing is he's peeing on Garfield.
Aww.
How can you do that to Garfield?
Poor Garfield.
Because he's the most odious character. It's the dog's revenge. Odie, Snoopy.
Oh, there you go.
And then the cat is like.
Okay, so Crypto is
the snow, and then Superman. I mean, what's this guy's name? Crypto.
Crypto is like he's got special super dog powers. So is that pee gonna hurt Garfield?
I was actually thinking
it's coming out at bullet speed.
Okay, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to Russia? Okay. When I was a dumb teenager there, I used to pee on the snow just because you keep hearing about it. Publicly. Don't worry, it was really nighttime. And then to see if it will really freeze. It does freeze. So I wanna he's getting frozen in his piss, but that's kind of cruel, right?
Oh, okay.
It's kind of cool. I don't know. I have to think about it. So.
Wow. Okay. All right. So because you did that, Lorena has put in a $50 bid on your artistic sheet there. So thank you very much for that. Let's go to John. We got John here. So let's take a look at his piece here of Wolverine. Whoa.
That looks fantastic.
That looks
Thank
a
you.
whole lot better from where it
Wow.
He
Get
looks
ready to
like he has
throw in some
no
background colors.
Okay.
What's that?
He looks like he has no fat in his body. Like it's all pure muscle protein.
Oh hell yeah!
Like he's
That's
so
all tight.
You got
freaking
that
tight.
healing factor. You're gonna be like whipped.
Okay.
Now
And
the
we are
question is,
still
should I
looking for an
put
opening bid on that for 65. So go ahead and
do I
put that
put
in the
hair
comments.
all over the arms? You think, or do you think I should just leave them like that?
That's a good question.
I said
Yeah.
put the hair on there. Put those
Yeah,
little
put some hair,
nibbles
make him
on
more
there.
masculine. Yeah.
Alrighty.
I mean,
Maybe a
in the
little bit on
comics,
the
he's
chin.
pretty hairy, right? So
Yeah, for sure.
you could go either way.
Yeah.
All right, now let's go to Jen.
If he was a WWE wrestler, though, he would not be hair. He would be
No.
completely hairless.
Wow.
He'd be greased up and oily.
Yes.
Nice shades of green on there.
Wow,
Making
she
the
looks
color in.
beautiful. Love it.
Oh yeah. Perfect.
That is coming out great.
Look great.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So if you haven't yet, #EXP Cookie. When we come back, we're gonna do a bunch of giveaways as we head into the last segment of our show. So don't go away. We'll be right back.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons in Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
Live from New York. What? Oh, sorry. Live from Cleveland? It's Friday night? It's Friday Night Live! With Nancy McCann. And Ricky. And sometimes Carlos. And featuring boxes and boxes of rare comics. Unique collectibles. Lots of smiles and conversations with new friends. Friday Night Live with Comics Unlimited. Friday night from 9 to 11 on The Experience.
Thank you again for coming on and watching Sketch Up with Mog and Mel. And we are here. Like I said, we got a ton of giveaways, and we're going to get started on that because I got like 7 more to do. So we can bring that key up. And some of you guys might win twice. So Let's see what happens here. Okay. And JD asked me about that. What if your name comes up? Say again. I said we will let it go. So you have a chance to win more than once. Thank you for that, Ilya. Coming back on top and putting a bid of 150 on Miss Martian.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and roll. Okay, the next thing we're going to roll for is this Venom. This thing's like over 10 years old now. Venom postcard back in the day. Like I think it was like around 2008 or 9 or something like that. You always bring a smile to my face. Cool art, cool Venom piece. Let's roll for that.
Yay!
And the lieutenant wins that.
Congrats!
Okay, next up is another rare piece. This is actually from '99, I believe. This is, or 2003. But this is when Don was with Image at that time. Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit of a piece of history. Actually, it's from 2005, so never mind. Okay, from Mr. Michael Lidster. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and roll for that.
Wow,
Mr. Bird.
It worked twice.
Yeah, like I said, you could win a second time. Okay, now, next one we have is this book, The Supernova Gods, from, his name is Drake Tinta, kind of like an interesting read. This guy's trying to make a run for it to see what he can do. So if you do get this, make sure you contact him and let him know what you think about it. Let's go ahead and roll for this. Stevie wins that.
Congratulations, Stevie.
All right. Okay, now the next one is the Beyblade X free sample book that was given out by Viz not too long ago. So let's go ahead and roll for that. So it's actually a fun read. Ilya gets that one. Now, should I just hold all your stuff, Ilya, and wait until I get to New York? Okay, next up is the Viz manga sampler. Let's go ahead and roll for that. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, it's from this year. So, yeah. If you didn't get a chance to get this then, you have a chance to get this now. A sampling of all their fun projects. That's going to go to Lorena. Wow, I think you're going to like that one. All right, now, this one is kind of cool. This is the Devil's Misfits. It's created by Jamie Tyndall and Ned Edmond. Okay, so this is the New York Comic Con exclusive from last year. Okay, hard to get. Let's see who gets this. Did we roll for that already?
Is
Okay,
Philip the
Philip.
only one left?
And this also is the Devil's Misfits. Okay, same one, but it has a version cover with art by Sora Song. Okay, so roll for that. The art inside here is actually pretty cool.
No, she's a great artist, man.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
So let's roll for that.
Why don't we have everybody re-register? That way we can roll everybody again because we're out of names.
We're out of rollers.
I'll take it. That thing looks gorgeous. I'll take it.
It actually is. Okay, I don't know. Let's see if I can show some of this here to you. But the artwork inside is actually, I don't know if you can see that. Are you seeing this?
No.
Can you see that?
No.
You need to make yourself full screen.
I gotta wait for her. Can you see this now? Is that showing up?
Now I can see you, yeah.
Can you make it closer to the camera? Push your hand closer.
There. Okay, my screen is actually kind of frozen, so I can't see exactly what you guys are seeing. But it's a lot of artwork in the back there by Jamie Tyndall.
Oh, so it's like a
really
sketchbook.
pretty.
Yeah.
The contest sketchbook? Or
It
no?
has a kind of like a rock and roll kind of style feel to it. And Jamie does the back of that. So that's a nice piece. That's also on the exclusive as well. So I was fortunate enough to snag a few of these. I'm going to keep a set for myself. All right. So are we able to roll for it?
He said he has to wait for people to type in the hashtag comments again.
Oh, okay.
It looks like
Somebody puts it in.
people
Put it in, Sarah.
apparently everyone in chat is saying you should just give it to Sarah.
Okay, give it to Sarah. All right.
There you go.
I appreciate the support. You guys are all awesome.
Yeah.
I
I
was looking at it going, I really do kind of want that thing.
All right. Of course,
You're gonna
then.
love
Thank
it.
you, Sarah.
You're gonna love it. Okay, because I
It
like
looks really beautiful.
Okay, so I don't know what I'm gonna do with these cookies. We can't roll for them. So now
No,
what am I
don't
gonna
roll
do?
for it. No.
Oh,
How much is gone?
That's too
That's
bad.
too
I guess
bad.
you'll have to eat them yourself. That sucks. You know, I was thinking about that. Do you do a lot of baking? I've been
Not
on
as
a big.
much, not
Yeah,
as much as I'd like, but
sure, that's fair.
yeah.
I've been on a big pie binge now. I'm trying to perfect. I think I've got a really good pie crust. I still suck at like my grandma. I think I don't know if this was a grandma thing or if it was just specifically my grandma, but like she could do that thing with her thumbs and turn out a beautiful crust, a beautiful fluted edge on the crust every single time. She would just spin it around and then mush it with her thumbs, and it was perfect every time. And I cannot, no matter what I do, the fluting always just, and it goes away, and then I have, like, it's ugly. The pie tastes awesome always. I think I've got a great crust recipe, but yeah, like the fluting sucks. It always looks so ugly.
Yeah, I don't make those kind of pies, but I do love apple pie. Okay. And I'll make apple crumble. In fact, Marg is asking to make apple crumble now. Because that's great to have for breakfast. Throw it on your ice cream and stuff like that. It's very versatile
for breakfast.
Yeah, but and I am planning, as I had mentioned in the comments earlier, that I am planning to do a lemon cheesecake next week, which I haven't done in a while. But I like making like cheesecakes, or I like stuff with that's kind of like creamy. I just made an oatmeal lemon bars, but those went really quick during the holidays. Everybody seemed to like that.
Oh, I bet
those are gone.
I bet.
That was delicious, though.
Oh, they were good. I'll make them again. They're easy to make. So
I did a pumpkin pie and a pear pie for Christmas, and weirdly, the pear pie was basically gone by the end of the night. I think there was like 1 or 2 sort of mangled slices left. And nobody touched the pumpkin pie. Like, there was 1 slice gone from pumpkin pie. It tasted fine. We had it. It was fine. But I feel like Jeff and I are going to get sick from pie. And I was like, but I'm not done with pie yet. I'm not done with my hyperfixation on pie. So I was just thinking about the whole, I told you about the pinball league. And I was like, I could use the pinball league as a way to be able to make pie and then get rid of the pie without us getting sick of it. So
that's the problem in baking is like you can bake these things, but who's going to eat it?
Yeah, if we eat it all, yeah, we're all going to be 500 pounds by the end of the year. Like you can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not good for you. But also, I love doing it.
Ah.
Yeah.
But the
All right.
egg price has gone up so exorbitant again. Like $8 for a carton of eggs.
Yes, that's frustrating, isn't it? Which is probably why pie is a good idea, because pie crust and fillings, like you can make a filling that doesn't require egg, and pie crust is just some kind of fat and flour and a little bit of water, right? So like pie is a good one for that.
So what kind of crust do you use? Do you use like a water crust or terminology for it?
Yeah, my current favorite is to use all butter. I use all butter and flour, a little bit of vinegar. Vinegar is supposedly insurance for a tough crust, so I don't know if that actually works, but it doesn't taste bad. It doesn't taste vinegary once the pie is cooked. So,
make it not soggy bottom. You do it where it's not soggy bottom.
I have not had a problem with the soggy bottom, so maybe butter is the way to go for that. But also, I've used all lard before. When I try and mix the fats, it always ends up a disaster, so I don't do that anymore.
I learned that too. Don't mix.
Yeah, like some people are like, oh, if you do half Crisco and half butter, it's amazing. Or if you do half butter and half lard, it's great. And I was like, no, I don't like that. I will give you your... I prefer all butter, especially right now. But I have done the all lard. My grandma was very much use lard for the crust, and that's the first kind of crust I learned how to make. And I think that makes a good crust too, but I just prefer the flavor of all butter a little bit more, I guess. So.
Definitely
and
right now. Yeah.
Poor Garfield.
Okay, so we're talking. There's a bit of a bidding war between Ilya and Stevie B, but right now Stevie B has it at 160 on Miss Martian. So thank you very much for that.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
And I will be staying up to finish any of this that doesn't get finished on the show.
Okay. And let's see, yours is holding Mog at 50 with Lorena, and we are waiting to get a bid on John's for 65 for the Wolverine.
Well, this is my last show, so, not show ever, but I mean showing of this. So whoever
oh wow, holy crap!
Catches their eye will get it.
He looks like he's crying and sweating at the same time.
He could be.
Well, he is. That is a battle ravaged Wolverine in a way.
Yeah, man.
He's got all the blood all over him.
Mm-hmm.
That reminds me. Do you remember like those? Gosh, it was an old Chinese movie. Is it John Woo's? I don't know who it was, but remember the crying assassin? Do you guys remember that?
No.
The assassin that he's super. You know, Chow Yun-fat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's his biggest thing that made him freaking hot was that movie. It's like the crying. Translated.
Oh, was it Crying Freeman? That was it.
Yeah. Look, every time he kills, he would cry, shed tears.
Oh.
That was a Japanese manga.
Oh, really? This is a Chinese film. Like he's so good at his job, but he always cries.
I don't know. I mean, it's weird because I've seen like, videos you can buy of OVAs and stuff of that show. But it also kind of looks like they worked with a lot of Chinese people on the manga. It's weird. It had a very kung fu style.
Well, Crying Freeman is a Chinese story.
Oh, is it Chinese? Okay, well there you go.
That's the one with Chow Yun-fat, right?
Yeah, I don't remember who was in it, but When I saw it, I actually didn't like it. So none of that stuff is sticking with me. All right. We got 8:50. 5 more minutes for you to get your bid in. And if you really do want to have a cookie, let me know.
Oh,
No,
I'll have your cookie
mail it
now.
out.
It's okay.
If not, I have no problem eating all this.
I would take one, but I don't think it'd survive the shipping. You can send me the recipe though, and I'll try it myself.
But the recipe is pretty easy. It'll only take you about an hour to do. Yeah, because
I
the
like easy
baking part
recipes.
is I think it's like 15 minutes to prep, 30 minutes to bake. That's it. You know, it's pretty
Nice.
fast.
You know, that's one of my but I don't know if it's gonna happen this year, but that's one of my projects is I've been making a cookbook up for like the past 5 years. And at some point it's a collection of recipes and techniques and stuff for ADHD people. And
Well, I hope you have better luck than I have, because I've been thinking about putting a recipe book for, I don't know, 30 years now, and I haven't gotten around to it.
well, yeah. That's the whole, like, it's a very daunting project, and it's intimidating. It really is, but I started out with just the biggest thing that you got to do is write the damn recipes down. So I've been collecting those, and that is actually going fairly well.
So you're handwriting them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I made a separate Google account, and now I've got just my recipes are in just that Google account, and I share the account with friends. So that was like, you can try this recipe and tell me if it, like, did you find it to be easy to make?
Yeah.
If do you have criticisms? If you do, tell me what they are so that I can fiddle with it. And
Right.
and I've got a friend that's gluten intolerant. She's got celiac disease, and she's helping. I'm working on gluten-free versions of some of the recipes to make for, because some people have that problem, and some people like, I don't have any seafood. I don't have any shellfish recipes. I have some fish recipes in there, but no seafood, or shellfish. So I don't have to worry about that. But like, that's it. Also in my substitutions, like I've got a whole thing of like, hey, if you can't eat this thing, like peanuts, for example, are a big one. You can substitute this stuff, and a lot of it is me explaining. Is just my explanation stuff. Is just, did you know that 3 teaspoons equals 1 tablespoon, and did you know 4 tablespoons is a quarter of a cup? Like, those are annoying American measurements.
Yeah.
But it's important to know. But it's like, yeah, even I'm thinking about that too. It's like, because like when I make spaghetti, a lot of people don't know that you could actually add like papaya or mango to the sauce, and it comes out really, really good.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you like that, some people will do a combination too. It's actually a Jamaican kind of thing that they do that down there. So I tried it. I thought, as funky as it sounded, but it does come out good. But you just got to make sure that what you put into it is good. So you don't put a bad papaya or a bad mango, because if you do that, it's going to come out bad. Always you got to like test it out.
Does that make it more acidic? Because that's my problem with spaghetti sauce, is always that the tomatoes are so acidic.
No.
Yeah. So this kind of helps to balance it. And
that's cool.
Yeah. So it actually counters the acidity, right? And makes
well, the
it
thing that counter acidity in your sauce is sugar. That'll bring the acidity down dramatically.
I always throw carrots into my
mango and the acidity.
Yeah, when I make spaghetti sauce, I always throw carrots in. That's what my grandma taught me how to do it, is carrots. And then you can fish the carrots out, or you can just leave them in, because we just eat them. It's like, it's weird, I'm just like, I don't like throwing away food, so if I'm gonna fish the carrots out, I'm still gonna eat them.
My thing is, when I make it, is I always add mushrooms. And I dice up mushrooms and I put it in there, because it makes it won't make it taste meatier, but it makes it feel meatier.
Yes. Mushrooms are, I think that you could probably figure out a way to get mushrooms into just about every recipe out there. It's because mushrooms are
Pretty
so
much.
versatile. I love mushrooms.
Right. Yeah, because that's a lot. A lot of it is being used now for their what do they call those type of vegan hamburgers?
Oh, the Impossible Burgers.
Impossible Burgers. Yeah. So those have like a lot of mushrooms in it. And what is cool is that it adds some flavor, but it also adds a lot of moisture. So your burger isn't so dry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then time is up. I want to thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight on the second day of 2025. Join us next week when we will have Don Wynn and Marcus Newsom, and we're going to be looking at the card market. We're going to take a little bit of a divergent from what we normally do. Look at cards a little bit. We'll have we're trying to see if we can get VOA here as far, and also DCD Collectibles, who are also in the card market. So hopefully you'll join us, and I'll probably be doing a bunch of giveaways to continue our celebration of 2025. So thanks again, everybody, for joining us. And don't forget, if you did win something tonight, or you're the high bidder of any of the artwork, don't forget to fill out that form. And JD will be putting up there shortly if he hasn't done so yet. Thanks again. And we will see you all next week.
Bye, everybody.
Join the party. Head over to our Linktree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.